So Ethereum, that's one of the main chains that a lot of NFT projects decide to use. So just going to be fairly brief with it. I don't want to get too technical, but Ethereum is the specific blockchain. So this is what mints your NFT. Ether is the actual, or ETH is the actual coin that is used when you're dealing with the Ethereum blockchain. So when you're buying an NFT, like we're going to show today and tomorrow on OpenSea, you'll be using Ethereum, the cryptocurrency Ether, rather, to buy that. So quick overview of Ethereum. It's a proof of work blockchain. So that means that there are miners that do a calculation to reach a consensus to say that this transaction is going through, stamped, approved, immutable on the blockchain. So with the Ethereum network, what they do to reward the miners that are doing the work for this is they charge a gas fee. So other blockchains don't use gas, but Ethereum, unfortunately for us, does, until they get their upgrade of proof of stake, which I won't get into, but that will take gas fees away or significantly reduce the fees. So gas, you'll hear people talk about gas all the time. Gas is right up here. You can see it. ETH gas. We're currently sitting at 149 Gwei. What the heck is Gwei? Gwei is actually a smaller unit of the Ether token. So you're actually looking at a 1 billion decimal places, basically. So 1 Ethereum equals 1 billion Gwei. So that's an easier way to conceptualize what it actually is. And what it's used for is to pay the miners. Miners are rewarded with this Gwei currency, which is just a fraction of Ethereum. So unfortunately for us, this fluctuates. As you can see here, I'll do the latest. Yeah, we're looking at 271 Gwei for an average transaction. If you want to send an ERC20 transfer, it's going to cost you around $67. Uniswap.
That's usually what NFTs are, right?
Yeah, NFTs are ERC20 transfer.
So if you wanted to buy one now, you would pay a transaction fee of approximately $67. Is that
roughly? Yeah, depending on depending on how complicated the contract is. More complicated the NFT contract is, the more gas it's going to cost, because it's going to take a little longer to work that transaction through, right? So this is just a helpful tool to see where it's at. I personally, when I'm minting, try and wait for anything under 100 Gwei, and that these days is fairly cheap. So yeah, you want to keep an eye on gas. You want to keep that in mind when you're minting, because it's going to cost you the total amount of the NFT, whatever the project is going to charge, plus gas. So that has to be something you keep in mind. That being said, there are some people out there that just have the money and they don't care, and they will just pay whatever gas they're willing to they want. They have the money, they want this transaction to go through, they want that NFT, so they put a high gas transaction through. That's what causes these gas wars, when there's a ton of people, a ton of hype, and they all want the project and they're all trying to mint. It's going to drive the gas prices through the roof.
So I think we got to differentiate between when you're minting a contract. So when you're rushing against people to get an NFT before anyone else or before it sells out, at that stage, if it's a very hyped project, some guys will pay whatever it takes. And that's when you get a gas war. Everyone just keeps upping their bid to try and get the token before it sells out before the next guy, versus buying one on the secondary market that you've been looking at, where you might be happy to wait for gas to go down because there isn't as much of an urgency as when you're actually minting from a contract, right?
Exactly. So also, I just am noticing on here, I was taking a look. You can actually see what has used the most fees in the last 24 hours, 3 hours rather. So we're looking at OpenSea specifically with number 1, right? That just shows you how much Ethereum network power is being used for the OpenSea transactions. There's $1.4 million has gone through in the last 3 hours, and that's just in gas fees. And interesting, right here, we click this to take a look, and this is the Bored Bunny contract that you actually mentioned to me earlier, that may not have been a great call for people to mint on, but it's number 2 in the the fees for transactions. I don't know if you want to speak on that a little bit.
That's crazy, because that means that they've taken as much gas as OpenSea has, and there's no way they've transacted that much. There is rumors, and it's not confirmed. There were rumors very quickly that it was a rug pull, this project, which means basically that the guys wanted to run away with the money. They had no intention on delivering. I don't know if that's a fact yet. Guys were saying that when they minted, there was a second transaction that came up that drained their wallet. I don't know enough about it, but there's definitely something going on there. Whether it was malicious or innocent and they didn't know, I don't know. But yeah, there is something going on there, and it's going to be interesting to watch. But I think as we learn more tonight, we'll be able to bring an update on that tomorrow with
sure.
more concrete. Every time you said the word miner, I'm imagining a 4-year-old getting some Ethereum, a miner. It's not. It's just like a guy mining, but it's computer mining to be able to get you your token on the blockchain, on your unique blockchain, right?
Exactly. It for Ethereum specifically, it's going to use the power of graphics cards, and basically it's running a calculation to put that transaction through, and get you your tokens or whatever it is you're trying to do on the blockchain.